All right, welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are diving headfirst into the massive paradigm shift of artificial intelligence, and more importantly, exactly how you can capitalize on this next digital revolution. Are you feeling, completely overwhelmed by the daily avalanche of AI updates, or are you ready to actually use them to your advantage? Well, let's turn that overwhelm into a massive opportunity.
So here is our roadmap for today. We're going to cover the next digital revolution, the content creator advantage, supercharging business and commerce, essential human skills, and finally, the reality of AI. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. The next digital revolution. History repeating itself. To really grasp where we're going, we first got to look in the rearview mirror and see how we got here.
Look, every couple of decades, the way we work and live gets completely flipped upside down, creating entirely new billion-dollar industries. It's a familiar pattern. The internet opened up brand new frontiers in the 1990s, connecting the whole globe. Then social media birthed the massive creator economy in the 2000s, turning everyday people into literal media companies. Smartphones built booming app industries in the 2010s. And now, in the 2020s, artificial intelligence is driving that exact same level of monumental shift. Think back to those previous leaps. The people who hesitated, the ones who assumed the internet was just some passing fad, they were left scrambling to catch up.
It's totally natural to feel a little anxious that AI might replace jobs. I get it. But actually, scratch that fear. Think about the early YouTube pioneers or the very first e-commerce adopters. They didn't just participate, they built massive protective moats around their businesses, way before the market got saturated. Getting in earlier and mastering these tools gives you a huge first-mover advantage. History consistently proves that the people who actively learn a disruptive technology early on don't get replaced. They build specialized skills that become incredibly valuable. Learning AI is simply no longer optional. It is the ultimate competitive edge.
All right, let's move to part 2, the content creator advantage, fast-tracking production. This is where we see how AI builds an edge by completely lowering the barrier to entry for making content. If you're on platforms like YouTube or TikTok, you really don't need a massive team or years of technical experience anymore. AI is basically your digital co-pilot handling all the repetitive groundwork. It jumps in at nearly every stage of your pipeline. First, it pinpoints trending topics by crunching tons of search data. Next, it generates highly structured outlines and fully fleshed out scripts. Then, it helps you conceptualize eye-catching thumbnails to get those clicks. And finally, it can even assist with the heavy lifting of your video edit. The secret here isn't putting your channel on full autopilot. Nope, it's about utilizing these tools to massively reduce your research time, freeing you up to actually focus on quality and publish way more consistently.
Think about this for a second. Every single day, businesses desperately need a massive, almost overwhelming volume of content just to stay relevant. We're talking blog posts, demanding social media schedules, weekly email newsletters, advertising copy, the whole shebang. The bottleneck here is simple. Business owners are stretched way too thin. They're drowning in operations, managing teams, putting out fires. They literally do not have the time to sit down and create all this critical marketing content themselves.
And wow, does that open up a massive door of opportunity. Enter the AI content agency. By offering specialized social media strategy, you can deliver these exact results for clients at lightning speed. Instead of grinding away for 10 exhausting hours writing client content from scratch, your mastery of these tools lets you do it in a fraction of the time. You're combining extreme efficiency with high-level strategy, which effectively turns a simple one-off gig into reliable, recurring income. Because at the end of the day, business owners happily pay for results.
But what if you want to look beyond social media? Let's check out Section 3, Supercharging Business and Commerce, Scaling Operations.
Okay, so the bottom line here is that whether you are in e-commerce, digital courses, or consulting, integrating this technology removes massive bottlenecks for business owners. Take e-commerce. You can now deeply optimize your ad targeting or deploy intelligent customer service chatbots that handle queries 24/7. That's a huge competitive advantage without hiring a massive support team. Building online courses. You can instantly organize a messy brain dump into neat, actionable lesson plans and worksheets. And if you're a consultant, look, businesses right now are begging for clear guidance on operations and automation. You don't need to be a programmer writing code. You just need to understand these workflows better than the average owner to become a highly demanded expert.
Moving right along to our 4th section, Essential Human Skills, the irreplaceable element. Tools are powerful, sure, but as we navigate this gold rush, we've got to talk about the human element that no algorithm can ever replicate.
While technology and digital platforms inevitably change and social media algorithms will constantly shift right underneath our feet, there's one constant element that anchors success, and that's you. A personal brand built on your unique experiences, your absolute authenticity, and your distinct perspective remains entirely irreplaceable. People fundamentally want to connect with other people. An algorithm might perfectly mimic your tone of voice, but it absolutely cannot copy your lived experiences or your genuine empathy. The real power move here is combining raw computational speed with your undeniable authenticity to build a deeply trusted audience.
So, with new software dropping literally every single day, the question I hear the most is simply, which AI tool should I learn? It seems like a logical starting point, right? But honestly, focusing solely on the tool of the week completely misses the bigger, much more important picture.
Software platforms will change constantly. So instead of chasing the latest app, you absolutely must double down on the most valuable skills in this new era. Communication, problem solving, marketing, sales, critical thinking, creativity, and leadership. Think about it. Prompting an intelligent system effectively, that's basically just high-level communication and sharp critical thinking. While these systems can spit out massive amounts of information in seconds, it still requires a human to synthesize that data, market it, and decide exactly how to use it strategically. Developing these irreplaceable human skills is what actually guarantees your major advantage in the future.
Finally, we arrive at Section 5, the reality of AI, destroying the myths. It's time for a sobering but really empowering reality check about what it takes to succeed.
Let's be real for a second here. Despite what those sensational viral videos constantly claim, this technology is not magic. Unrealistic claims of building overnight wealth with zero effort while, sitting on a beach? Yeah, completely unrealistic. True success is always going to be an uphill climb. It requires deep effort, constant learning, relentless experimentation, persistence, and unwavering discipline. These tools drastically reduce the barriers to entry for sure, but they absolutely cannot replace hard work and strategic thinking. The winners here are the ones taking disciplined action while everyone else is just searching for a magic shortcut.
And that brings us to the core thesis of this entire explainer. Here it is. AI doesn't make money. People make money. It is just a powerful, highly leveraged tool. It's the disciplined, creative people operating behind the keyboard who are actually making the real moves. The tech simply helps you execute your vision better, faster, and at a much larger scale.
We are still in the very early innings of this artificial intelligence revolution, and entirely new opportunities are going to keep emerging every single year. So, as these new tools reshape our world, I want to leave you with this provocative thought. The opportunity is real, but how will you combine AI with action? Don't just sit back and watch this digital revolution happen to you. Decide exactly how you are going to step up. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer today. Keep learning, and I'll catch you in the next one.